I'm going to be breaking down some of the things that you're going to need to know to be prepared to go see the Avengers End Game movie that's coming out. I'll give you some of the details that help me, and maybe they'll help you too. So just to clear up some things from the beginning, Captain America and Wonder Woman were both in World War II. But they did not know each other. They were both superheroes. Captain America was with Marvel, where Wonder Woman is with DC. So his best friend Bucky got captured by Hydra. I think it was Hydra. And they turned him into a super soldier. He's got a bionic arm, and they did all this mind control so that they controlled him. Like they would say a code, and it would trigger him to do their bidding. And so in one of the earlier movies, Captain America was going and trying to save Bucky. And he did eventually get Bucky, and he took Bucky to Wakanda, which is the country of the Black Panther. The Black Panther is the king of Wakanda. And so Bucky was resting and trying to get recharged and get out all the mind control stuff in Wakanda. So that is important to know because Bucky's going to show back up as well. Comics. So DC is the one that has Batman and Superman. What are some other DC comics, Brandon?
Green Lantern, Justice League.
Okay, so that's all in the DC world, and we're dealing with the Avengers world. So the Avengers world has, the Marvel world has the Avengers, and it has Guardians of the Galaxy. And in all of their series of movies, we are starting to see the Avengers working with the guys from Guardians of the Galaxy. One guy that is in the Avengers is Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange reminds me of Doctor Who from the British show, but they are not the same person. Doctor Strange is a wizard, and I don't know what Doctor Who is, but they are not the same person.
Time Lord.
He's a Time Lord, Brandon said. Oh, and I didn't talk about this. I wanted to talk about Stan Lee. So what is Stan Lee? Who is he, the writer?
He was the creator of the comics.
So Stan Lee was the creator of Marvel Comics, and he makes a cameo appearance in all of them, and he just recently passed away. So at the last Avengers movie, they did a little montage to Stan Lee, but it's fun to watch his movie, to watch the Marvel movies and see what roles. Sometimes he's a taxi driver, sometimes he's a delivery person, and he just does all different kind of roles, and it's kind of funny to see what he does. So it'll be interesting to see in this movie how they honor Stan Lee, because I feel like they surely will honor Stan Lee. Brandon also told me in this movie to look, Thor is probably going to play a major role. The mind of Iron Man and Iron Man, his brain, are going to play a major role. And Hulk will probably show up quite a bit in this last movie. So look for those guys, and of course they're all battling Thanos. Another point that I wanted to make that was a little bit of crossover is Thanos, the bad guy. His daughter is Gamora. Is she blue or purple, Alan?
Green.
Oh, she's green. And it's not really his daughter. He had gone into a country and killed her mother, and then he took her as his daughter. And he had another daughter, Nebula. And so he was not healthy, and he made his daughters fight. And every time they fought, Gamora would win. And so he would punish Nebula and make something on her bionic. So now, through the years, because she's lost so much, she's almost completely bionic. And obviously, there's tension between the two sisters because he made them fight their whole life. So that's where Gamora is in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and with Thanos being her dad, and you saw the Avengers with Thor and Thanos battled, and so that's kind of how the two come together. And the sad thing is, to get one of the stones for his Infinity Stone, he needed the Soul Stone, and to get that, he actually threw Gamora off a cliff. So he was just he's a horrible guy, Thanos is. So he killed his daughter so that he could get that stone. And he got it. Another point I wanted to talk about was Vision. Vision is an AI, a robot, that was created by Tony Stark. And then he got his power from having the Mind Stone. So he was the red robot that had a yellow stone in his head. And then this last movie, he actually had turned into a human, or he had a human body. He was still a robot. And so that's important to know. And his girlfriend is Scarlet, who is the one that has the fire that comes from her hands. So that's also important to know for this next movie. So Thanos actually beat the Hulk up at the beginning of Infinity War, and that was the reason that Hulk was refusing to make an appearance, because he was afraid of Thanos, because Thanos is so strong. And now he's got the glove, so he's super strong because he has all the Infinity Stones that go in the glove. So we know Thanos is like super powerful now because he has his glove and he has all the stones, so he's super powerful. However, at the end of the last movie, Doctor Strange, there's a great big huge battle. Doctor Strange gave Thanos, which stone?
Time Stone.
The Time Stone, because Doctor Strange had traveled through time and he saw, like, in 14 million things that the Avengers only won one time. And so it's thought that his strategy was to give Thanos the Time Stone to let Tony Stark survive, because Tony Stark's brilliant mind, and remember, he's Iron Man, is hopefully going to be able to figure out a way to beat Thanos. And when Thor hit Thanos, he hit him in the chest, and Thanos said, "You should have hit me in the head." And he snapped his finger, and half the population, because that's what the glove does, he can control the population, half the population disappeared. So that's where you saw characters kind of fading away. They think that they'll be able to resurrect those characters, but we don't really know. So we'll have to go see, what's the name of the movie?
Avengers End Game.
Avengers End Game, to know how this saga ends. So thanks for joining me. I hope I cleared up some things, and I hope I did not make you more confused. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks.